DICE just dropped another community update and that's what finally addressing what we've been playing. So right now, Sur Reeve in the season 4 has been my favorite season of Battlefield. I've honestly played the most Battlefield that I've played in like years probably on this season and on this map. But today we're going to be breaking down the news, the massive quality of live editions, and what this means for the future of Battlefield 6. So with that being said, let's get into it. So DICE a couple of days ago, like I said, they released a community update where they announced platoons, server browsers, all types of stuff coming into the game. And I kind of want to go over that today with you guys and just talk about everything that they're trying to add into the game, when we'll see it, and when we can expect all these quality of life changes to come. Some of them coming in season 4, some of them coming later on in season 3, and so on and so on. With that being said, the first thing we are gonna get is the proximity chat coming in season 4, phase 3, which is supposed to come at the end of September, well, mid-September, my bad. So the first iteration of proximity chat is going to be in season 4, phase 3, like I said, with the title strike on September 15th through Battlefield Live in live. It will be the initially battle royale, creating new opportunities for coordination and unexpected interaction between nearby players. So DICE has stated that this could come into multiplayer. So how that's gonna work is gonna be interesting, because right now I don't think a lot of people use their in-game mics to try and communicate with even their squad mates. Like rarely have I ever been in a game where I had teammates like ask for ammo or kind of like coordinate. So it's gonna be interesting to see if we start seeing more people talking game chat, but really time will tell. So that's one change they're adding. Custom lobbies are also being added with phase 2, which we're supposed to get in August on the 18th, part of the Top Gun limit time event. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Building the foundation of Portal, custom lobbies will give hosts more direct control when setting up and running a match. Hosts will be able to assign players to a specific team, adjust select match settings, organize private sessions or community tournaments with spectator mode, providing ways to follow the action. So this is basically like, we all remember how we had like the custom servers back in the day. Then we kind of like that, but more, a little bit more tamed, I would say. So we have that to look for. Then they also announced that there's the maps that we're getting in season 5, right? So look beyond season 4. Season 5 will introduce 3 new maps as outlined in our 2026 roadmap. Testing on these maps is already underway in Battlefield Labs, giving us an early opportunity to gather feedback and refine each experience ahead of release. We're not ready to reveal where the new battles will take place just yet, but we can share more from the experience that they are being designed. So level 1 will focus more closely on infantry-focused combat, while the other 2 will support large-scale combined arms warfare ahead of Battlefield. At the heart of Battlefield, my bad. So yeah, we're gonna get one infantry-focused map. Based on the teaser, a lot of people, from what I've heard, are predicting we're gonna be in Vegas for some reason. Not sure how people came to that assumption, but I'll show the image on the screen for you guys to see how you got to think about this. But that is the guess right now where we're headed for the next set of maps in the next season, right? Which I'm excited because I think bigger maps are always welcome in Battlefield. I think like we have right now with Suri, we have a more traditional map and overall just more styles of gameplay that you can have. Like in this gameplay, you guys see me using this LMG and just basically just having like total chaos with that. Later on, you guys will see me on the boat and stuff like that. So even though this is, I think, is Breakthrough that I was playing at the time, Breakthrough on this map is honestly one of the most challenging pushes you can never have. I don't know if they tested this map or not, but I've only won this map on attack once. But speaking of maps and design testing, in addition to the 3 maps, the reworks for Blackwell Fields and New Suffolk City are currently being planned to launch later in Season 5. So those are 2 maps that when they released, they got a lot of hate for some reason. I enjoy Blackwell. New Suffolk, I admit, has some issues and the rework for that map is needed. So seeing that coming in Season 5 is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what changes are made on those maps. Another thing we also getting is the server browser, something that I personally have wanted since day one, something that should have been in the game since day one. And the fact that we're getting it now is a welcome addition to the game and a good quality of life change. So the server browser will enter Battlefield Labs testing ahead of its planned release in Season 5. It's part of Phase 3, giving players an early opportunity to try the features and help us refine the experience. So in other words, we may not see the server browser until either November, December. My guess would be December, maybe November, we're lucky. The way I see, a lot of people are gonna try to release updates, seasons, all the stuff they can before GTA releases, because nobody, nobody wants to compete with GTA. So I can see the server browser coming probably early November, anytime before the 19th is my best guess. If we do get it late in the year, it'll probably be around like mid-December before the holiday break. So that's where I can see the server browser showing. They also did show us a tease that I'll put up on screen for you guys so you guys can see how that's supposed to look. So we are supposed to get the traditional official like servers, the verified servers, custom servers, and the experiences. So kind of like it was back in the day with like Battlefield 4 and the older Battlefield games, where you had your server browsers, you can hop in there with some friends. The one thing that is worrying me is that they did mention that they're trying to keep the lobbies in a sense persistent, and that is something they're like working on testing. So I'm curious to see if, like, when you hop in a game through a server browser, will you have to try to find that server over and over to try and have the same set of people? If that's going to be the case, then it kind of defeats the purpose. I'm hoping they can implement a system to where you can keep the lobbies together, because it's always been fun in the old Battlefield games, right? When you have the constant rivalries with someone else on the enemy team. For example, like if you're sniping, you have another person on the enemy team that's like really good at sniping. You guys are just having sniper battle back and forth. That's always pretty fun. When you have a team just dominate games like crazy, and y'all build that rivalry of like, okay, the next game we're gonna win, next map, or when we switch to attack and defense, we're gonna win. Like those rivalries that build upon players in the game, that's always been fun. So I'm interested to see if they keep the lobbies persistent, because right now, like, I believe they disband every match. I don't think I've ever had a match where I played and I've seen the same set of people, which is sad, because there are times where I have like a lot of fun in the game, especially like on Obliteration, which is like just pure chaos. Battlefield, it's like peak essentially, where you're fighting over the bombs, trying to get them, you see vehicles, all types of stuff. Like, it's just pure chaos and truly just Battlefield at its core, in my opinion. So we have that coming in. They also mentioned platoons. Platoons are remaining on track for Season 5, Phase 3. At launch, players will be able to create or join platoons and use new tools to represent and organize their groups in-game. This initial release will establish the foundation for platoons in Battlefield 6, with more opportunities to expand its social and community features over time. So yeah, platoons is something that hasn't been in Battlefield for a while. The last time I remember seeing them was Battlefield 4. And that was something that I truly enjoyed. I remember back in the day, like having friends that we would game all the time, hop on Battlefield all the time. And we had a platoon. I think at the time we had like 30, 40 members. We even had a server, so we would hop in there. You would see people rotating throughout the day. And it was fun. It brought a sense of community. I remember having platoons fight other platoons back in like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, which was nice because then you'll have people like set up a server and it'll be your platoon versus their platoon, and then you would just go back and forth. So that can be fun. I hope they add kind of like a clan battle type of dynamic to platoons. That'd be really great to see. Have tournaments, have stuff with that where you can unlock cosmetics, you can unlock a lot of things. They can really do a lot with platoons if they implement them well and they really try to elevate the community. So right now I'm really looking forward to platoons and server browser, mostly out of all the things that are being added. We also have multiplayer leaderboards, which is weird that we don't have leaderboards so far because we're in season 4. We're almost entering like a year into the game, so they did mention multiplayer leaderboards remain on track for the launch of season 5, which will be, I believe, right after September. I think the last update is September, so then it'll be what, September, October, if anything. We also gain multiplayer ranked with Battle Royale, so that's something to look for. Well, my bad. Developing a multiplayer ranked is in progress, informed by what we learned from the launch of ranked in Battlefield in Royale Season 3. So they're working on ranked. The team's evaluating rules, setting up systems, and stuff like that. The rank system for multiplayer is the one thing that doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know how ranked's really gonna work for a Battlefield game. Is it gonna be based on how many like vehicles you destroy, how many sniper kills you get, headshots, resupply? Like, it's gonna be interesting to see how ranked works. But that's something to look forward to in the next couple of seasons. So we got that. Weapons, vehicles, and gadget balance. Recent gunplay changes in Season 3 have landed positive overall. In our community survey, sentiment around weapon balance increased by 23 points from June to July, turning from a negative to a positive feature. So yeah, the changes they made to the gunplay in this game after the first couple seasons and where we are now, I truly feel, as someone who stopped playing Battlefield right after the beta thing, I think I played like a couple games when the game first came out, and then I just stopped playing. Played here and there, but this season has been the one to where I've really dived into Battlefield a lot and really like grinded and unlocked a lot of things that I haven't unlocked. But it does feel rewarding. Like, if you take the time to learn a weapon, master it, burst fire, and go through the process of learning how to like utilize that weapon to its full advantage, you can do great with any weapon. Even though there is a meta like any game, you can still succeed with other weapons, and you don't have to play meta if you don't want to. But if you do play meta and you take the time to learn those weapons, build them out, kit them out to your playstyle, you can really dominate a match. Like, I have a couple guns that I've been using, as you guys can see in this gameplay again, to where I kit them out and I've been dominating a bit with them, and I'm really enjoying like just leveling up those guns. So that is a positive. I do agree with the changes they made. They also had a Q&A in their Discord server, which I saw a lot of people putting up questions. I was in there myself, submit a couple questions. To be honest, I don't feel like covering it because a lot of that just felt like very PR-like. Felt like it was just them really not answering stuff and just telling us the same things that were already said. So I can link the article for y'all so y'all can see the questions people ask, read the responses. I put that in the description for y'all so y'all can check that out. But yeah, overall, the changes and everything that's coming in the future with Battlefield 6 truly feels like we're going into a golden era, kind of like a state of being with the game to where they're listening to feedback. They're trying to adapt the game and give us things that should have been there in the beginning and things that I wanted and things that a lot of the people in the community have been asking for a long time. Another thing too that I wish, which they did address, but something that I wish they would get on like sooner and try to fit, is the amount of bots that show up in the game and how unbalanced the game can be. I have a gameplay that I'll probably uh, make a video on and address this issue in a whole separate video, right? Where I went in there, it was like a couple hours ago prior to me recording this gameplay that you guys are seeing, and the whole lobby was nothing but bots. And then right after that game is when I joined this game, and as y'all can see, this game is full of people, and it's literally like within an hour difference of anything. So that is something they're working on, they're investigating. It's gonna be interesting to see what they see coming out of that and where things go with that research and just the changes they make. Hopefully they lower down the amount of bots, or they try to prioritize people joining servers that are low in player counts, so where they can just populate those servers and then just get them filled up, get people, you know, kind of balanced out. Because I've been in games where one team will have like 20 bots and the other team will have like 10 people on it, and they'll just be unbalanced. Even though they're bots, it's just still unbalanced. But yeah, let me know what you guys think so far. Drop a comment down below what featured maps or what's more, you know, what's something you are mostly excited about coming into Battlefield 6 with after this community update. Something that you personally want DICE to add, or something that you think should be built upon. Just, you know, let me hear y'all's thoughts, opinions. If you guys didn't see the last video where I talked about my thoughts on the season, how I felt about the season, I would recommend you guys go check that out. That way y'all can understand why I feel the way I feel about a lot of things currently in the game. And overall, just let me know what you guys want to see out of the channel. This is like the second video on the channel, so I do expect to drop more stuff over the coming days. Grind out the season. I do want to review some of the weapons, but I do want to rank them up first, get them kitted out before I can make any, you know, fair assessments, have a fair opinion on a lot of these weapons, and just overall give a final review of phase 1 of this season, because I do think that this season is going to be the season that truly brings a lot of players that left the game back, because just word of mouth. And overall, I'm excited to see what phase 2 brings with the Top Gun, phase 3, the proximity chest, stuff like that. And then going into season 5, and just from all the stuff that we cover in this video, it's going to be interesting to see how the game evolves over the next couple months and maybe the next year as we head into a possible year 2. But like I said, let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts down below, and I appreciate you guys watching the video and liking, thumbs up.